My name is Dr. Erica Steele, and I am a holistic doctor and founder of Holistic Family Practice. Today's video is about understanding and why understanding is a trap. When people come into my practice, they are usually seeking and wondering and want answers to pretty complex questions. Um, and the tendency is to want the answers to those questions in like a little bite-sized bit, right? I think as human nature, we long to simplify really complex subjects. And especially in our American culture, we've gotten used to everything being microwaved. So, I can pick something up, I can throw it in the microwave, 2 minutes, it's done, right? And a lot of times people are missing the joy of the discovery and slowing down and being present. Healing, especially, is one that is extremely nuanced. There's not a lot of hard and fast rules because we're combining science, which is more of a fixed process, along with human discovery and consciousness. And so what applies to one person does not apply to another. We're also, as human beings, we're multi-layered and multifaceted. So it's not just a physical thing that drives people to be well and suffer. A lot of times physicality is what drives them and motivates them to want to seek out a professional for guidance and understanding. However, underneath all of that, it's been going on for quite some time through mindset, through emotional distress, through all of these actions that then lead up to, physical ailments. So a lot of times people come in and they want to understand, and they want to understand quickly, and they expect me to synthesize years of discovery and understanding into a bite-sized 5-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute synthesized information. And it doesn't work that way. So then the patient gets frustrated because I can't deliver on the expectation of, I want to understand, I want to get this, I want to understand it. I do, as a public health educator, I do explain things in depth. However, being able to retain it, understand it, and apply that takes time because you really want to own the information. So I can say, oh, well, these biochemical chains are off, et cetera, et cetera. And I can say that 10 times to the same person, and they can still come in and go, yeah, but I don't understand, right? And so that's why understanding is very much a trap. From a consciousness perspective, the ego wants to understand, right? So everybody has an ego. We have a subconscious mind, which houses all of our memories, our expectations, our experiences, perceptions of those experiences, our beliefs, our core beliefs. And then we have our ego, which uses our logic, our voice, and our reason and our decision making. However, our ego can keep us trapped and keep us sick. So part of the ego's drive to understand is also to filter things out through perceptions, through lenses, to be able to dismiss information. So I can say, oh, this could be the issue. And the ego goes, oh, no, that's not the issue. And it will try to reject it out. So oftentimes understanding, again, is a trap, because even if I explain it in a way that you can understand and your ego can grab onto it, your ego may or may not accept that as a reality, especially if it doesn't want to, let that go. Let's say it's attached to a certain behavior, a certain relationship, or, a certain unconscious pattern that you have that you're not ready to let go of. And then I reinforce to it that, okay, this has to change. And the ego is not ready. Now the ego goes, well, that doesn't make sense. And da, da, da. So it just keeps cycling through again and again and again. So again, understanding is a trap, right? And so I often tell people when they come into the practice, really coming in with an open mind. And a lot of times they'll say, oh, well, I have an open mind. Of course, I wouldn't be here if I didn't have an open mind. But an open mind to the process. A lot of times it takes people, I work with people year after year, and it comes in layers and levels of understanding and depth. Whereas I can rattle these things off because not only do I have studied it, but I also practice a holistic lifestyle and I live it on an everyday basis. But it also makes a difference in terms of where a person is in the journey. And it takes time to peel back those layers of understanding. It takes time for people really to be able to see the different aspects of themselves that, are uncomfortable, and then begin to do something about it and heal. So I don't want to discourage people from understanding, because I want people to understand what's going on, what's happening to them. However, always the book knowledge is not always going to be congruent with the physical. I really want people in the beginning to really relax and really get still and start to sit with themselves and start to feel what their body is telling them, instead of moving so quickly to the understanding part, which is just a coping mechanism, which is just a defense mechanism, so that you can get back to whatever behaviors you were doing to begin with. So it's like cyclical. There's like this circle of things that's happening over and over and over again. It's like, okay, when I discover what's happening, then I can fix it. Then I can go back to my regularly scheduled program. Well, not really, because your regularly scheduled program is actually what got you sick to begin with. So understanding and being present and being aware and being in your body is so much more valuable than understanding deep levels of biochemistry. It's never out here that's what's doing it. It's what's in here and how it feels in your body. And so I really try to get people out of their mind and back into their body so that they can really feel what's going on with themselves. Most people don't want to feel. They want to be in action mode all the time. They want to act, 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 act. They don't want to slow down to really be conscious and present of what they're thinking, and then how they're feeling about what they're thinking, and then make necessary shifts in their behaviors according to that, because a lot of times people are running from themselves. So hopefully this creates some level of understanding. It's complex. It's not this like soundbite of information. And I think if as a culture we can get out of wanting everything assimilated to them in a very bite-sized format, and we really let go of the need to understand everything, and we become more of like discoverers, or we become more like children, where they're just soaking it all in and they're curiously engaged with everything that's going on in the world around them, instead of trying to modulate, control, suppress, judge, figure it out, all those kinds of things. Children don't try to figure things out, they just experience it. And so I think if we can come back to that and get into the more experiential side of it, I think we'll have a lot more discoveries, especially as it comes to our health. So my name is Dr. Erica Steele, Holistic Family Practice, and we help families live naturally.